Alright, so did the interior, and now we're going to go ahead and start doing the paint. We're going to hit it with some rubbing compound first, then come back over with some polishing compound, because like I said, this car sat for 2 years in the same spot, so it's got a lot of really rough paint. I just rinsed the car back off. I took it to the car wash the other day, so I'm going to be focusing right now on the hood, but just looking at all of the metal, like the windshield wipers have grayed out. You can see where it's the pillar posts are shiny here, but this is completely lost itself to sun damage. The backs of the mirrors are peeling and flaking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these A-pillar post covers off. I was going to take these off, but they're glued on, and I don't want to break them. So I'm probably just going to mask and tape these, and I'm going to paint them on the car. So I'm going to go ahead and knock down all of the loose clear coat, and then I'm going to paint them, probably touch up paint all of the black plastic and black trim just on both sides, because it just make it look better. And I'll probably do the same thing with the windshield wiper blades. I'll pull them off and paint them, and maybe even the cowling piece, or I'll check the other one, because I did part out a 2013 and I'm not sure what condition the other plastic is in. So I do have the windshield wipers and the plastic. I just got to go dig them out from whatever box or storage place I ended up throwing them. And then the last thing will be to replace the windshield. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start buffing out the hood. I'm doing little bits at a time. One, because it started to get hot here in California and I don't do real well in the heat. So I'm going to take it nice and slow. I'll probably do like the hood today, start down the sides tomorrow, and eventually I'll do the top as well. But yeah, we're just going to get this car as clean as possible. And then the only other thing I still will have to do is go back and see about cleaning up the headlights. Both of them have all this stuff that needs to be sanded out and polished. So that will be something. I've never done that. So I've never worked on plastic headlights before. I usually just replace them, but these are expensive, so we'll go ahead and see if we can clean them up. Alright, so back in a few. Alright, and what I'm using for cutting compound is this heavy duty compound. Got it from the auto body paint supply store here in town. I guess any kind will work, but this is what we used to use in the body shop, so it's what I'm most comfortable with. Again, I'm old school. I do have a clay bar, and I did clay bar the driver's fender before I started taking the water spotting off, but the paint has so much materials in it, it needs to be cleaned up before the clay bar actually can do any work. So yeah, so that's what we're doing. Alright, I don't know how good the camera can pick it up, but I've done the upper part from the center to the driver's side. I don't know if you can see the shine difference between here and here, but what you can really tell is here's my microfiber towel, nice and smooth, no sound. That's the difference in how much stuff's in this paint. Nothing. So we're just going to keep working at it. Alright, and about 20 minutes later, the hood is completely done on the first stage, which is the heavy. I'm going to do the whole car and then come back and do the polishing. But you can already tell, listen, no more dry, scratchy, dragging sound. And the paint does look a lot better. May be hard to tell. There is a lot of rock chips all over the car, but it was driven about 100 miles twice a day, and commuter traffic. So yeah, so not too bad. Looks a lot better than it did. And now probably start on the side. This side here is in the shade. I can sit down and use my little stool. Alright, so I've gotten the hood done, the passenger side front fender and bumper cover, and the passenger's front door. I don't know if you can see. I kind of stopped right there. There's a little line right there. That's about as far as I'm going to get right now. I'm going to have to take a break. But it's coming up pretty nice. The shine is definitely there. You can actually see my feet in the reflection. So, yeah. Not bad. Like I said, this is just the first. This is the heavy duty compound. This is going to get all of the tree sap, whatever else is on the paint up. I have this 20-30 year old Harbor Freight polishing thing. It's got adjustable speeds for this. I leave it on the slowest speed, and I just take my time and work the area until the compound starts to dry, and then once it's dry I just keep going over it a little bit lightly until the pad sticks a little bit. Then I just stop, wait about another 5 minutes, and then buff it off with the microfiber. So far it is looking pretty good. The paint looks decent. I mean, 2013, it's 2022, so you know, it's a couple years old. So yeah, I'll finish working on the back section later, and I'll do the driver's side, and then I'll tackle the roof, and we'll see about touching up these other pieces. They may be down the road. I might wait until after I replace the windshield, just so that that stuff doesn't get damaged, because these are kind of a real joy to take off. So I'll probably pop them off before I have the windshield done. This way they won't have to worry about that, and I don't have to worry about them breaking anything. So yeah, so that's where we're at. So that's part one of the body, and we will get on to part two. I'll get some more video tomorrow or the next day. Just depends on how the heat goes. Alright, so the new buffer pads are in, and I've made it from the passenger front door all the way down the side here, and I'm just gonna start working around the back side, and then I'll probably stop and then go back and start on the driver's side and come back down. But so far this is about where I've made it to, this back corner, and it's, you know, it's really kind of hard to see, but I've done this section, but I haven't done this section. You can just hear how much drag there is compared to here. So yeah, so you can see this fading right in here, some blotching. Now I'm not doing any color correction or taking out any of the scratches. As you can see, there's scratches right in here maybe. There's some on the door. I'm just trying to get the paint so that it's clean and smooth, and then I can wax it and not worry about having contaminants under the paint, which will cause problems. I mean, the hood's got a million little dings from rock chips. This was a commuter car for, you know, last, what, 2013, 2022, so, you know, 8 years or so it's been a commuter car. So alright, so we're gonna move on to that. I'm not really getting a lot of video of me doing this because, well, it's just tedious work and I'm doing it by myself. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on working, and then once I have this completely heavy compounded out, I will come back and we will polish it out and see if we can make it look nice. Alright, well, I've almost got the whole back side. I've made it to here, and I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, so it's coming along. I haven't done the tailgate. I'm trying to do everything I can do from sitting down, save my back for later. So I'll have the roof and the top of the hatch to do last, but I'm out of extension cord, so I have to move to the other side because I can't wrap around. So I'll start at the front and work my way back. I'm gonna do, I think I have enough cord to do this last little section, so I'll knock this out real quick, and then we'll move up to the front. Busy street today. Alright, moving on. Alright, so driver's fender is done to the front bumper. I'm going to do the front bumper last because it has the most rock chips and it's most complicated. Then I've got the upper portion of the driver's door. So basically I've come down to about here all the way. And I'll have to reposition myself down on the ground to get the lower stuff. Oops. And we just got this back quarter to do. So we're going to get all the upper stuff I can reach from here, then I'll get down on the ground and do the bottom stuff, and then I will work on the stuff on the top. Alright, so the passenger or driver's side is all the way done to about right here. So we're going to come back and do the top and the top part of the hatch. I'm going to do this section right here and see if we can see the difference in the color, because this would be some of the most faded stuff. So you can really see the shine on the hood now. I don't know if you can see how red that is compared to this kind of flat red. So we're going to try to bring this up next. Alright, so we have done the top. We actually did the top 3 times because it was still a little bit faded, so it came up pretty good. You can still see the fade stops about here, which would make sense because of the way this car used to sit. So this is the most faded and it darkens up. So we did it a couple times and it looks like the paint came up pretty close. So all these little spots are nicks and dings. I might go ahead and clay bar the hood. I'm not sure how much I want to do on this, but as far as the heavy compounding, the car is completely done. Like I said, I still have to do the mirrors. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with these A-pillars, either paint them or wrap them or something. So the next step will be doing the fine polishing compound, which we will do in another video because honestly I'm spent. It took a lot of energy to do this car. So for a car in this shape, after sitting for 2 years and really basically just been driving through a car wash and having no washing or waxing done to it, it actually doesn't look too bad. But honestly, it took the better part of 3 days to get all of the water spots off and get the cutting compound down to so the paint has a nice smooth finish to it. So like I said, next step will be a fine polish and a wax, and it will be good to go. So catch you in the next video.